Do you want to attract your very first clients for your service-based business or a coaching-based business? So in this video, I'm going to share with you exactly what you can do if you are just starting out, you don't have a whole lot of experience, you don't have a whole lot of testimonials, and maybe you haven't even worked with a single client. So stay tuned for this entire video. My name is Jelena Ostrovska from JelenaOstrovska.com, and I create organic social media content that converts for six-figure coaches, consultants, and entrepreneurs. And in this video, we're talking all about client attraction, which I believe is one of the most important topics because everything that you do in terms of your marketing is always going to come down to sales, because we're not in the business of a hobby, we are in an actual business. Because if you treat your business like a hobby, it's going to be a very expensive hobby, and if you're actually going to start treating it like a business, it's going to be a very profitable business. So I got this question recently on one of my YouTube videos as a comment, so I will address that: how to get the very first client if you have never worked with anybody. And I'll give you my very first recommendation that I always give, which I actually did a video on how to find social media management clients in this video right here. But the question that I got was actually referring to the tip that I always share, which is become your first case study. So become your best client first before you try to attract anybody else. And here's what I mean by that. So imagine, and I'm going to use social media management as an example, as that's one of the core services that I offer for my clients. So when I first started offering social media management, it actually made sense for me to offer that simply because I have been managing my own social media for so long, and I've also taught other clients how to create content, how to build an audience organically. So I was teaching the how and the what and the why, but I wasn't really doing it for other people. And then I realized that there was actually a need in my audience and in the marketplace in general. People just didn't want to deal with the algorithms and the ever-changing, Instagram platform or any other platform. And, content does take time, and not to mention not just the content, but the overall growth and the engagement strategy and the networking. It does take a lot of effort, and not all the business owners have that. When you are a busy coach and you run, like a big empire, then you don't always have the time to be running your own social media and creating content and creating graphics. So I found the need, and I position myself as a trusted expert that has been doing this for a while. And some social media managers say that, oh, it's not really enough to just have yourself as a case study. But I mean, if you're just starting out, that's really all you have in the very beginning. However, if you offer something completely different, for example, you're offering, it could be an ad management, it could be some sort of e-commerce. I believe the comment that I got was actually about addressing the e-commerce. So I'll share with you the strategies that you can use right now to find your client without using yourself as a case study. But I do want to mention the most important thing, which a lot of coaches and teachers out there are still saying that to service-based business owners and even to the beginner coaches, is, work for free. I'm here to tell you right now that you have to stop working for free with people, and I'm going to give you the reasons why. And, a lot of folks are going to disagree with me, but here's the thing. There's still such a piece of advice when it comes to, get the free client and work with them for free, or, get the very first beta client or whatever. The thing is, it's easy to get a free client. It's because, everybody wants some sort of free service, who doesn't, right? However, my rule of thumb is when people pay, they pay attention. So if you're going to be, not charging for a service, let's say even if it's going to be a month of social media management, and if you're going to do that for free, you're going to eat a lot of your time. That client may not even respond to messages, and they're just not going to be as committed as you are to the process, because, some of them may be, but it also depends up to the person. Majority of people are not going to pay attention. So I'll give you an example. So this year I hired a coach in the middle of the year, and she did a giveaway of a $5,000 coaching program, and she had one person that won. She gave her full access, everything. Hey, you have access for the program for the full, for the 12 months. that person has never logged in, not even once. So it just goes to show that when you get something for free, you don't really value that. So, if you give away your social media management or website setup for free, people don't see the value in it. And that's a really big problem just overall. Also, you have to think about it, there are a lot of downsides to getting a free client because, like I said earlier, they may not even be paying attention a whole lot, and then you're just gonna waste a whole month of work when you could have been working with a paid client. You know what I mean? So yes, it does take a little bit of effort to attract that paid client, but it's better to wait to take your time to attracting the right person than working with somebody for free, wasting your time, wasting your energy, then getting frustrated that that person is going to be saying, oh, I haven't gotten any results, or this doesn't work for me, or I want to change the direction. It's very mindset challenging as well to be dealing with something like that, so keep that in mind. So the second strategy is actually what I've already mentioned, is use yourself as a guinea pig, test everything on yourself. If you're somebody who wants to offer email marketing services, test them out on yourself, implement your own email marketing services, build your own email list, do that for yourself. If it's going to be, again, content, do this on yourself. If it's going to be YouTube, I currently don't even offer YouTube management. At some point I will. But, just because I have been doing this for myself for so long, I do feel qualified offering that kind of service in terms of editing and keyword research and overall YouTube management, because I've been managing my own YouTube channel for several years now. So, services like that, when you think about it, let's say another thing, copywriting. So while I don't consider myself the greatest copywriter in the world, I've done all of my copy for all of these years. I hired a copywriter once, I believe. So, but other than that, I've always been writing my own copy, which has been a great, and profitable experience so far. But again, figure out what is the service that you want to offer. Can you test it out on yourself? And then we can move on to the tip number 3. So strategy number 3 is actually one of kind of unknown, because a lot of people do not want to do that, or they don't realize that they can do that, is barter services. And let me explain how that works. So, if you have even a small, tiny network, whether that's on Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, wherever, I'm sure if you've been in business for a while, you have met some people, right? So, and you probably have a network of people who offer different services. Maybe you're offering, e-commerce website setup, and somebody else is offering copywriting, right? So maybe you are offering email marketing and the other person is offering social media management, right? So, what are the kind of people that you can partner up with to exchange services that are in equal value? And this is a really important point, is they gotta be equal, because you can't just offer somebody a website setup that is worth, that is like a $2,000 package, and in exchange get, 5 social media graphics, right? So that's not gonna be an equal value exchange. So the way barter really works is you figure out what are the kind of services that you really need help with right now. So, and we actually recently had a thread on Twitter. A friend of mine started it, offering, hey, let's retweet and share some barter services. Cause she was like, hey, I'm going to be bartering for the rest of the year. And, I need help with these 3 services, system setup, I need some video editing, I need some social media graphics, and here's what I can do in exchange, right? So the way that would work, essentially, you would communicate with the other person and to make sure that it would be a fit for both of you and that you can help each other. So, because, for me, I don't feel confident that I could ever, or in any time in the future help somebody with an e-commerce business, because I don't know, I've helped some businesses because marketing is marketing, but very specific, physical products things, I don't think that I'm very much capable of doing. So you gotta figure out what it is gonna look like. Are you gonna have to sign a contract? Because a lot of the times, you would want to do something like that. So, you clearly state what you're going to deliver. These are the deliverables that I'm going to do. You can even do some custom packages in that case, because again, it is bartering. You are giving away your service in exchange for receiving another person's service, and you both benefit each other. And here's what I like about bartering myself is, me working with somebody who's going to help my business. I know they are an expert at what they do and they can really contribute to my business. I know what I'm an expert at, that I can contribute to their business. And then you can always keep that relationship tight. And I mean, heck, you may even become best friends. Who really knows, right? And then you can be also great referral partners to where, if I work with, a Dubsado systems setup coach, then I know, hey, they are the best at what they do, so I'm always going to refer my clients to them, right? And they're going to do the same for me because they've had such a great experience working with me as, a content strategist, that they're going to send their clients to me because that's not really what they are focused on offering. And here's another bonus for that is if you have never worked with anybody and you don't really have testimonials yet, this kind of barter experience can really help you also give each other a testimonial. So if you work with each other, you exchange those services of equal value, then it just makes sense to give each other a testimonial if you both had a great experience and even had, great results. Maybe it's going to be like a financial return. Maybe it's going to be, a time return. Maybe you're working with somebody who's going to save you 40 hours a week in your business moving forward. So that is extremely valuable. So giving each other a testimonial is definitely a great way to do that. Now, if you're just starting out, there's no limit to how much bartering you can do. If you can take, 2-3 people and work with them together, you having 3 testimonials from other clients, not only you helping them and kind of testing your services as well, and them giving their services to you, helping your business out, getting yourself set up with everything that you need. It's a win-win situation for both of you. So I highly recommend for you to try that out. Strategy number 4. So again, we're going back to the whole strategy of please do not work for free, because I gave you all the reasons here. However, if you want to do a Black Friday special or any kind of, birthday giveaway or something like that, so you can always do a discount. And it doesn't have to be during Black Friday or during your, any kind of holiday. You can just run, a 2-week special or a 10-day special or something where you give a discount. Again, I'm personally not a huge fan of discounts, but you can do that in the beginning just so you at least work with a couple of clients that do pay and pay attention. Because again, working for free is listen, the gas prices are insane. Just that one thing should force you not to want to work for free ever again. And the whole inflation and everything. And I'm not going to get into all this because that's not that's not what my channel is about. But just think about, you gotta keep the bread on the table. You know what I mean? So do not work for free, but if you feel like giving a discount is gonna push people kind of over the edge to work with you, and should I say trial your service? I really hate to say that, but basically give you a shot when you're first just starting out. Again, I would not do this as an experienced business owner because you're not a car to test drive. You know what I mean? So if you have a 3-month contract to work with you, make sure people sign up for that 3-month contract, because you cannot guarantee results of any kind if they just want to trial you for a month. You know what I mean? So, but again, giving a discount doesn't hurt when you are just a beginner. So try that out. And last but certainly not least, this is one of the best strategies, honestly, for any business owner, but especially for service providers, is get active with networking on social media. So, and what I mean by that is not running after people and asking, hey, who does your marketing? Hey, I can, help you out. And you just slide into their DMs and you feel all salesy and you feel sleazy and spammy. And, when you feel that way, networking is not fun. So, and if you want to keep networking fun and interactive and build your brand and really get known in the industry, take out the money out of the equation. I know we're all in a business, and I mentioned, money is important for all of us. However, when you're networking, if you are so attached to the sale, if you're so attached to getting somebody, it's just not going to work. You're going to feel weird and icky, and the other person is going to feel the same way. But if you're genuinely, interacting with people's content, if you are sending them messages, if you want to collaborate, and especially I feel like it's that time of the year, the end of the year where some people are very loud with their marketing and, they're prepping this Black Friday specials and everything like that. And then some holiday season stuff. And then there are other people who are just very chill and content with what they do. So whatever floats your boat, but this end of the year is always, in my opinion, a great way to kind of, you know, if you don't want to do anything crazy with sales and whatever, but if you still want to be active and make sure that you put yourself out there, take that time to network, collaborate, do interviews, you know, whatever you can squeeze into your schedule, if that's what you really want to do, and if you want to like build your network bigger and bigger, definitely do that. So if it's going to be a Twitter space, or if it's going to be a YouTube interview, if that's going to be one of those new features on Instagram where you can collaborate with another person and you can publish a reel together, or you can publish a regular like carousel together, where you're able to reach multiple different audiences, that's going to be always a win-win for you, because when you're just trying to reach people by yourself, it's hard. It's not an easy task to just like focus on one thing and never collaborate and never talk to anybody. But when you collaborate and when somebody else introduces you to their audience, it's going to be a lot of magic in your 2022. So highly recommend for you to keep networking. It doesn't take a whole lot of brain power. It doesn't take a whole lot of time. We all have our phones, like you don't have to be on your computer, but if you're going to be on Twitter, you know, you may as well interact with people. Like I'm on Twitter a lot myself, and I'm like, if I'm going to be there on the app, I may as well network and I may as well interact and engage and build relationships. So I've built a pretty great network this year on Twitter. It's a small but mighty network, so that always counts. And if you're going to be on Instagram, again, like I have so many videos about social media engagement and networking, so definitely check them out in the description box. But I really hope all of these tips were helpful. I know just by implementing them and really doubling down on these, you are going to attract your very first clients, whether that's going to be through bartering, or that's going to be through giving a discount, or that's going to be through, you know, networking. I know you can do this, so implement this, and feel free to message me on Instagram how your results are. I would like to hear more from you. And with that being said, I appreciate you. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to hit the thumbs up down below and hit subscribe button and hit the bell sign to get notified every single time I post new content, which is every single week, at least once a week. And before you leave, check out these two videos right here, all about social media marketing, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.